Hello YouTube, this is Justin Games 4 along with my Dragon Caterpillar. Today we are here to review Dragon the Nine Realms Dragon Club. Now, this episode, just like the one before, takes place right after the last episode, where June and Tom have discovered a humongous big hole that was drilled in. Now, in all honesty, at first my opinion was the Rape Corporation or Fisher or what Tom had said about Big Dragon, but really I thought it had something to do with the company already knowing the existence of the hidden world, and quite honestly was really they were already there discovering new dragons, whilst the two other dragons they were was growling at the big hole, knowing it was bad. And as well, I gotta say, this was an interesting episode because right after that, they discover a smaller dragon known as a gem breaker. Now, it's blue instead of gray with light colors, unlike the others that were bigger. This one's a bit more smaller, and of course, by the title screen, you know for a fact this is going to be the dragon for one of the main characters of the show to ride on. So they try to help this dragon, but it's too hostile. So they decide to go back to the Fisher to get some mineral supplies. But the character D'Angelo is there helping his mother out. He complains he would like to hang out with the other kids, but they seem to be busy, and Alex doesn't come out of the house. So it's kind of depressing. Tom and June try to get there, but of course, an earthquake happens. But they manage to get there. They overhear everything that goes on with D'Angelo. At first, June is thinking maybe we should ask D'Angelo for help, but Tom says no as they take a meadow case and leave. Of course, D'Angelo's caught them, so they have to make up the excuse about the lizard, and D'Angelo's more than happy to help. It's here we get to learn a little bit more about who D'Angelo is. His grandfather was a veterinarian, as he actually did learn some tricks by him. It was actually an interesting idea for how they did with D'Angelo here. Now, I will admit, there was a constantly doubt what they were doing here, and D'Angelo, once he meets Toothless, he is absolutely scared and runs away, but hits his head. And once he wakes up, he's on Uenwei's, one of the dragon's heads. And he wants to tell, because this is something the Fisher has to know about, but Tom says no, the dragon's secret has to keep a secret. And throughout the next, it's about D'Angelo going back and forth saying he'll do it and not do it. I'll be honest with you, when they constantly kept doing that, the first time I watched this, I was like, ugh, make up your mind, D'Angelo. Like, this episode, I was actually generally bored with at first. And the dragon design, I will admit, for D'Angelo was going to have, I absolutely hate it. I thought it looked horrible, having a humongous horn and beetle wings. And then I really thought, like, what the heck is they are now making dragons look like now? But as time went on, I actually got used to the design, and actually, I will admit, I actually do like it now. One of the reasons why I have noticed the people who make these How to Train Your Dragon dragons character designs, I will admit, I can see they actually have been trying to do all types of experiments, and actually, I actually grew to like Plowhorn's design, which that is the dragon's name for this, that D'Angelo gives him at the end. Which, to be honest, that's the worst name, but the dragon's design once hated, but now loves it. Well, not love it, but I actually find it actually an okay design now. I don't hate it anymore, really, as I first did. At first, though, I thought it was supposed to be a turtle when I saw the title card when it was still being a trailer, but then after seeing how it looks, I have to say, it does look pretty... Plowhorn does look amazing, but I wish D'Angelo would have given her a better name. But nonetheless, really, what happens in this episode here, how D'Angelo tames and befriends them, is that he's trying to find a way to actually get close to her, but she's too hostile, and she's really too scared of them, afraid that she will be hurt again. And because the reason why for this is because, well, we'll soon get to that soon. But D'Angelo comes up with a plan, and he charges at her, but the dragon starts attaching. He manages to dodge, and dang, Does he take gymnastics or does he take really hard training? I don't know. But then again, his father and mother, I heard, work at the army in Wikipedia. But nonetheless, he managed to get there and gets the dragon to calm down and finds out there was a crystal hit shard in its wing that prevent hurting that was on it, so he was able to remove it. The dragon actually is happy and thanks D'Angelo for being good, and they leave. Just then, the other gem breakers come back, and we see, just like I said, them being bigger. They actually were bullying her and being really mean to her, and D'Angelo realizes what was going on and actually charges and tries to stand up for Plowhorn. But that turns backfire because the dragons are all now after him. But Plowhorn actually comes to help save D'Angelo, and together they manage to scare off the gem breakers, which was a good plan by going all the way up where there was a large crystal, and surprisingly the crystal hits all three of them, gem breakers that were bullying Plowhorn and trying to harm the others. After that, they're all happy, and they form Dragon Club. At the end of the episode, though, they're back home eating dinner with D'Angelo's family, which was very nice. And D'Angelo's flat out admit what happens, but they think it's just they believe it's just a role-playing game. I'm not gonna lie though, that last part of the episode, despite I didn't like it at the first time watching it, I did actually like the ending. Now, nonetheless, this episode, I will admit, was a bit, I don't really like it as much as the last episode. Or I do. It's kind of like a mix between the two, really. I do think they should have tried it a little bit more focusing on with both of these dragons. And honestly, I don't like that they were taming these dragons into the crystal realm. That's what they're going to be calling it in season 3. But here, they don't really call it anything besides the crystal realm, is, well, just the hidden world, I'd say. Now, honestly, D'Angelo is really good in this episode. It's understandable, like he's scared, he thinks he should tell his parents, but they shouldn't, and he was probably going to, but after befriending Plowhorn and seeing, yeah, so he agrees to keep it a secret, although he's not really a good liar, even though he flat out said his parents just consume it's just a whole entire role-playing game, and D'Angelo gives off that nervous laugh. Ha ha ha. Yeah. He really does not like lying to his parents, you can tell. Now, in all honesty, these episodes were great. I will admit how we're getting these one-off episodes. The reason why I'm saying great, but then okay, is, well, I'll actually explain that by the time we get to the end of this first season review. I'm surprised, really, these videos don't go more longer. But really, in all honesty, my opinion with this episode, it's like average. I'll give it that. So was the last one. But nonetheless, this season, well, this episode was okay. Now, nonetheless, that's all I have for this one. Please comment down, review, share your thoughts, and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching my review. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye!